I tell you what, every time I come, he give praise to his young people. And they really sing, and they give what they have. That tell me that you don't have to have a lot of people to give God praise. You ain't got to have that many people. All you got to have is devoted people. People that are willing to give themselves to the Lord. And even the children, they travel. You can't get grown-up people to go. Why go? You may get there, you may have 4 or 5 people. And they say, well, we ain't here in full group, but we're going to give you what God gave you. But these young people come in full group. Singing from their heart. Keep them on the path. Keep them on the path that God has said. I guarantee that they ain't going to forget it. They ain't going to forget it. I thank my friend for coming to be with me, Pastor Lewis.
Amen.
I thank him for coming from New Salem Baptist Church out there in Utica. His wife, I see he brought some of his memory with him. Thank God for that. Thank God for the people that's here. We're not going to tarry long. We're going to keep being here as long as the Spirit allows. If y'all have your Bible, go with me to Acts the 17th chapter. Acts the 17th chapter. We're going to jump a few verses and a few select verses. God is good.
All the time.
I tell you what, I enjoyed Sunday school this morning. Ministry of the Spirit.
Amen.
Yes, indeed. Tell this Spirit, you can't buy this here. Yeah, you can't buy this Spirit. This Spirit is given to you freely. Just for the accent. That when God gives that Spirit, that you going to operate in the fullness thereof. Well, we realize that you can't play with God.
Say that.
And say you're going to get away with it.
Say that.
We're going to start reading, we're going to start reading at verse 16. It reads as follows: Now while Paul waited for them at Antioch, for Timothy and Silas, it said that his spirit was provoked within himself when he saw that the city was given over to idols. We'll jump down to verse 7. He said, down to verse 18, he said, then certain Epicurean and Stoic philosophers encountered him. And some said, what does this babbler want to say? Others said, he seemed to be a proclaimer of foreign gods because he preached to them Jesus in the resurrection. Jump me down to verse 23. It said, for as I was passing through and considered the object of your worship, I even found an altar with this inscription: to the unknown God. Therefore, the one whom you worship without knowing him, I proclaim to you. And if you have time, I'd like to use a topic. I've been pondering with this all morning, and I've been waiting for God to give me. When I was sitting here, he told me to talk on bridging the gap. Bridging the gap. We learned, and we've been following Paul ever since he was Saul, that how he had his Damascus Road experience, that we became a persecutor of Christians. I think this morning we went forth back at when Stephen, when he was stoned to death, that Saul felt good within himself, and that he got a proclamation to go out and find as many Christians as he could and have them brought to prison. And we realized that on his way to Damascus down there, that he ran upon our Redeemer. That he was knocked off his feet, that he was blind, that his servant carried him down to Damascus. They told me that he couldn't see, but while he was there, all he did was just pray. Didn't even have an appetite. All he did was just pray. And then when Ananias came and laid hands upon him, that the scale fell from his eyes, not only from his eyes, but from his mind, because he got looking at life totally different. He started looking at God totally different. He realized that he had an experience, a relationship. He had an encounter with Jesus. There's a time going to come in our life that if we stay on the course and stay in His Word, we're going to have that encounter with Jesus.
Right now.
That when you have that encounter with Jesus, that your life is no longer the same.
Amen.
We talked about this morning with somebody that anytime the Spirit of God lives on the inside of you, you're no longer the same.
Right.
The things that you used to do, you don't do no more. The place you used to go, you don't go to well, there was hate. Now love abide. And we talked about this. We understand the one thing that when God come in, He said that He cannot dwell in an unclean temple. That when He come in, well, when God come in, He can't stand filth. So what He do? He go to clean it up. He go to moving all that filth out, preparing you for the Spirit to come in and dwell. But we come to deal with Paul this morning, Saul this morning, that after he had his Damascus Road experience, that his name was changed to Paul. But in doing that, even when people be afraid of you, it said that even when Paul came to the disciples, that they looked at him and they was kind of scared of him because they realized that I used to be a persecutor.
You're all right now.
I don't know if you still have the same plan to persecute or not. So they was kind of skeptical of him. But Paul realized one thing, that sometimes that we have to realize, sometimes we have to go by ourselves.
All right now.
We don't expect people to travel with us and be in our circle all the time. Sometimes you have to stand alone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Think about it now, Paul, he is going out, he went to Philippi, preaching this thing about Jesus in His resurrection. All he knew is Jesus. That's why I tell people, I don't have a word. If you just got Jesus, that's the word itself. If you know the cross, and you know what took place on the cross, that's a word just for itself. Over there in Philippi, you know the story about Philippi, that how they put him and Silas in prison, that they was there in prison all that time, and how they were locked down to make sure they didn't get it was chained down to other people at midnight. Some people said when they have that midnight experience, things change at midnight. But think about it, we realize at midnight, one day in and another day begin. But we realize this time at midnight that all their trouble been changed, stopped right then. They went into another era in life. That's why you feel you stay with God. God will move you from one level to the next. If you just stay in Him, they went from one level to the next at midnight. Think about it, said as we were doing all this, said we're going to just go into fasting and prayer. They were praying and singing hymns. That's why I tell people about this contemporary music. Don't forget about the hymn that brought you cross already. Don't forget about those old hymns that brought you cross. You can come with contemporary music all you want, but don't forget about those hymns that brought. Those hymns have a message in them that brought that people forget about, but don't forget about it. Because the very thing you forget about, I believe you have to go back one day again. That's why I can forget about Paul and Silas. They said there, when the praying and singing the hymn, then things were to happen. When you go to praying in God and go to devoting your time to God, and go to praying in God and singing the hymn, and that's what David did. It said when David stood out there under the vast element of heaven, all he did was play his harp and sing music. Where do you think all his songs come from? Sitting out there looking toward heaven and think about how good God had been. He heard about all these things here. And he went to giving God glory. But at midnight, said they were fasting and they were praying and they was healing. Singing the hymn, one was healing and the other was praying. All this took place as the Spirit of God came in and shook the place. So they shook the place, they shook the heart, the doors just came over. But one thing about God, He do things still decent and in order. Even when the door fell over, if I've been bound all that time and freedom came, I'm headed toward freedom quick as I can. But everybody stood in their place. Everybody stood in place. And when the jailer came, he was scared. Because he knew if just one man got away, that they would have took his life. But Paul assured said, don't worry. We all still here. We still here.
Amen.
We as being believers in God got to stand on the boldness, start the foundation of God, and when things happen, we still here. We still here. Even when everybody flee, I'm still here. I'm standing up on the borders. I'm standing up on His word. I'm crazy enough just to believe what He said. I'm standing up on His word. If you want to leave, go ahead. But Paul had been through the Philippi experience. He left that night. He didn't go through Thessalonica. In there, the same thing. He leave there, go to Berea. Each time he running for his life. When he goes there, so he doing the same thing, preaching Jesus. And what they did, they had to leave him there, so he left Timothy, and he left Timothy Silas there. He went on to Anthem. And we realized one thing, that Anthem is not a good place. Anthem, Greece is not a good place for no one. It said that in Anthem, Greece, they had so many idols there. They said that they had more idols in that one city than in the whole nation of Rome. Everywhere he looked, he seen different idols. Things that man was worshiping, things that the Creator had created. They look at that stone, they worship the idol, they worship the sun, they worship the moon, they worship the star, they worship the water, they worship the animal, they worship everything. But then he was going, he got disturbed. He was thinking about all this I see is things that is being created. There's nothing here about the Creator. He walks through, he sees, he's finally getting depressed on things that he sees. But then he walked, and then he looked at his altar they had made. And on the bottom of this altar was to the unknown God. That tells me that they know there was a God, but they just didn't know anything about him. To the unknown God, they realized that things, something this man did is different from what he seen. But they just didn't know to the unknown God. Paul decided, this is my time to bridge the gap.
All right.
This is my time to bridge the gap. This will get me. He said while he was waiting there, he said, now the Epicurean in the start, these was two different philosopher groups that they had. Before then there was four, but now it came down to two during the time of Paul. The Epicurean was one that believed that you need to get all the fun that you can now. They believe right now that you better get all the joy, have all the happiness, because after death, that's it. There is no more life after death. And we realize some of that same philosophy is going on today. You find people doing everything that they can think of now just for the fact of joy. We find on TV, you can't find a good, decent home TV on now. Every story on now has something to do with either sex, or homosexuality, or lesbianism. You realize that the world is trying to pound something in you that you don't need in you. And if you don't have the Spirit of God in you, He can easily come into you. We realize that one thing Paul said, he will take this opportunity to try to tell them about a God that they call unknown. That this God did have a name, but they didn't understand it, but they knew something was wrong. So what Paul did, Paul went into a meeting. He went into a synagogue and talked to the Jews there concerning this Christ. Concerning Christ and the resurrection. But why? He was telling them how good He was and about the resurrection. Now, when it come down to the word resurrection, it's sort of going for a loop. Because the Epicurean was just like the Sadducees. They didn't believe in resurrection. They believed that once you dead, you dead. See, the thing about it, when he went to tell about it, he saw the law song there, but some were listening. Then we look at the Stoic philosopher. They believe in the law of nature. Whatever it is, that's what it is. They'll talk to you all day long on that. But see, the thing about it, when Paul was telling them about this here, they figured that they couldn't do anything to him because it wasn't a false religion that he was teaching. But what they did, they took Paul according to the scripture here. They took him and brought him. They realized that it wasn't a foreign God, but it was somebody, but they didn't know what God it was. Because they can't say, well, you teaching false doctrine here, because they had it up there to the unknown God. So he said, well, I'm going to proclaim to you this unknown God. I'm not no other God, but this unknown God. I'm going to tell you about Him that you got, that you recognize already that there is a God. So what Paul did, and they told him, so what we want you to do, we want you to go and talk to the Areopagus, which is a group containing 30 prized citizens of Athens. And it sits down on a hill they call Hill of Mars. And that hill, they tell me, that's where all your councils sit. And they talk over different things. So when they brought Paul before them and said, Paul, what is this religion that you talk about? Paul was telling them about this Jesus that we know. Was telling him about the resurrection, how he came into this world here, how he gave it all, taught everybody, to touch. He had compassion on each and every one of us, that when he died, it went into the grave.
Yes, Lord.
Oh, told him about the third day, and on the third day, but he told him that even while he was in the grave, how he went and set the captives free. How all those soldiers that died back in the Old Testament, all those believers that died looking for the Messiah to come, he talked to them, told them that the one you've been waiting for is here now. He is here now. He is here now. And when he told them that, he said, "You're not going." At that time, a lot of people believed in at that time that there was a place now. We look at your Catholic, they believe in what? Purgatory. They believe there's a place they call purgatory. And purgatory, they say, is a place that where all your peoples go. That at a time, all your Catholics get together and pray him out of purgatory and pray him into heaven. That's not so. That's not going to happen. But what Jesus, the place where these people was at, is a place you call paradise. People call it heaven, but when that time called paradise, it's not paradise. He did not tell the man on the cross that this day you will be with me where? In paradise. Paradise was a place, was a holding place, because they couldn't go into the heaven because Jesus hasn't came yet. He hadn't been on the scene yet, but now Jesus on the scene. Now he on the scene, now he'll die, they'll crucify him. He going and he tell the very one that he been waiting on. Say, "I'm he. I'm the one that came. So now I'm giving you the right to go into the kingdom." And it said, "Hey, don't all believers went to the kingdom." That's why I understand it better. That when as a believer don't die. We just fall asleep. We fall asleep because anything that goes to sleep can be awakened. Anything that's dead, you can't wake something that is dead, but anytime that you die in Christ, that you only fall asleep. Because one of the given time that no man knows, not even my Redeemer even know, the time when the trump gonna be blown. That when that trump blows, then we're gonna get up. Paul teaches even all these things about this unknown God they talk about. But then he goes on and gives us some steps. He said, "Now, he said, this God, who made the world and everything in it, that's him. He said, since he is Lord of heaven and earth, and he don't dwell in temples made with hands." That's that God you're talking about, that unknown God. He said, "But nor is he worshipped with man's hands as though he needed anything, since he gives to all life, breath, and all things." That he ain't something that you went and you carved out with your hand. The very thing that you carving out is the very thing he already created. He's the giver of life. None of those statues there could do anything. If he had Buddha there, if he was there, if you were worshiping Buddha, if you wanted him to go to Chicago with you, you had to pick him up and carry him with you. If you really think about it, you look at the idea that if you started future had that night, he had to do everything that they had. You had to pick it up, you had to clean it off, you had to keep it clean. But we serve a God that we don't see, but he's everywhere. The thing about it is, well, why can I serve a God that I don't see? Because if you feel it on the inside, you realize that he is the creator of all things. You realize there's nothing made that he didn't make. All he had to put his hands on nothing. He's the kind of God, all he had to do was just speak. Speak a word, and everything came into place. That's the kind of God, he said, that's the kind of God you got right there. He said, unknown God. He is the one. He is the one that if you walk in sand, he is the one that can bring joy to your heart. That God you call an unknown God. But he went on to say, he said that and he has made from one blood every nation of men to dwell on all the face of the earth, and has determined their appointed time in the boundaries of their dwelling. Only him can do that. He took one man and created a whole nation. One blood, one man created a whole nation. Everything that he had put in place, nothing has changed. Every one of us has an appointed time. We got an appointed time that He has set for us. I don't know my appointed time. I'm quite sure that you don't know your appointed time. But we all have an appointed time that when we're going to leave this world. The thing about it, when we leave this world, we want to leave this world in Him. We don't want to leave this world out of Him because then we go into what we call death. Then we need to go into a place they call hell. Then we go through the torment of down in hell. With the burning of the body, the gnashing of teeth, with the cake of one, eat at your body day in and day out. Then you find out while you down there, that still ain't your final place. But the thing about it, but that God, who is the unknown God, said He's the one that you should be worshiping. They look at it. That's this man talking crazy. He don't know what he's talking about. Because they didn't know about Him. They didn't know about their God. They knew it wasn't God, but they only worship what they can see. It's not just Him. We got people today. Only worship what they see. They give credit to everything except God. They claim the clock for waking up in the morning. But if God speaks a word, that clock will ring to everybody in the neighborhood here, and you won't hear. The thing about it, that when a healing takes place, they will give it to everybody except God. Do you realize all God had to do just speak a word? Speak a word to everything will just take place, everything will perform. If you don't believe Him, you go ask the lame man. Can God heal, man? Can He heal? Can His Spirit heal? He will tell you, He said, my Father will perform. He said, when He spoke a word, He said, everything was taking place. He said, my limbs came back in place. Everything came obedient to His word. Amen. Paul said, I come to you all today to bridge the gap between you and God. Someone did it for us one day. Jesus came. He bridged the gap between man and God. Now Paul came to bridge the gap, get them to understand who this unknown God is. Let them know that all the other God is insignificant. He is the only God. You can call Him God, but He's the big G God. He's the one with the big G to it. Now all the little G's, you one with the big G God. That's the one you should know about, the unknown God. Oh, but Paul went on to talk. He said, for Him, but in Him we live and move and have our being. As also some of our own, for it has said, for we are all His offspring. We serve Almighty God.
Yes, we do.
In Him, we have our being. I am nothing without Him.
Amen.
I can't do nothing without Him.
Amen.
I can't even move without Him. He gave me, I got muscles. I got articles and orders in my body, but think about it, but it's only Him that makes me move. It's only Him that makes. Do you realize how many people are laying flat in back with all the same things I have that can't move? Do you realize how some people look and all they can do is just look? Their mind has been distorted. But when you come to God, God ain't gonna let nothing sneak up because He said, I will take care of you. He said, because I will never leave you, nor will I forsake. I'm with you always to the end of time. I'm there with you when it comes down to your time. When it comes down to your appointed time, I'm there. I'm there with arms. I'm reaching out. Come on. Come on home, sir. You're worth waiting. You're worth waiting. Come on home and take your rest. But Paul trying to tell us, I'm trying to tell you about a God that's more important than any God that you have seen. I'm trying to get you to understand that you don't have nothing without even in all that. People still didn't want to believe. People still want to believe. Some people, I will realize one thing, that everybody ain't going to heaven.
That's the word.
Everybody's not going to make it. I don't care how we preach to them, how we teach them, how we talk to them. They can see miracles taking place, and they still fall short. Because why? That epic started philosophy is still taking place. You got to start philosophy is still taking place. But without God, what can you do? Without God, people work all their life Or they building big houses. They have a big car. Don't get me wrong now. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a nice home. There's nothing wrong with having a nice car. There's nothing wrong with having money in your pocket. But don't let that control who you are. Realize that everything that you got came from Him. That without Him, you would have nothing. Some people thought that when they get their gold and get their silver, that they had it all. They're the top of the line. But what happened when all that is taken away? When you put your value in material thing, when it's taken away, some people take their own life because they say they can't stand it. But when you got your hope in Jesus, when He's your very being for living, when you walk every day to be a witness for Him, He said that He will take care of you. He said you don't have to worry about food being on your table. He said you don't have to worry about anything. He said I will take care of you. He said, I will take care of you out of the riches that I have in glory. Paul started trying to tell them about this unknown God that they got a picture saying, but think about it, they looked at Paul. Some of them didn't understand, but some believe. Just like some in here. Everybody don't know, but some believe. Some don't say, I believe. But within their heart, they don't believe. Do you realize how many baptized people that people have baptized over the years that still not a believer? But when the pastor asked, do you believe? Yes, I believe. No long time within their heart, they didn't believe. That's why he said this morning that when there was a devil, went into the water, a dry devil came up, or went there because they didn't believe. Because they didn't believe. Let me tell you something. Going into that water and coming out of that water ain't going to save you. It ain't going to save you. Nor is it going to wash you clean. It's not that just we just going because the idea, because Christ said He did, I'm going to do it. But the thing about it is by the blood of Christ that I'm saved. It's by the gift of the Holy Spirit that He keeps me. It's by the gift of God that gave God offered to every man the gift of salvation. Salvation is a process. Salvation is a process. The process is you be saved. And you go from saved to being sanctified. Then you go from sanctified to being filled with the Holy Spirit. What I'm telling you, you become saved. Then you set apart. You're in this world, but you're not of this world. But then you go, when you get out there, the Holy Spirit comes in. But now, you're no longer part of this world. We realize that we're no more than pilgrims in a foreign land. That heaven is my home. That's my destination is heaven. That's what we're told. That's why Paul was shut down. Every time they came in here, he didn't shut down because he realized where his home was. He realized where his place was. He realized where his destination was. He had the assurance from God that's where he was going. Paul didn't mind telling people. He don't care how many times he was in danger. You look at out here. Paul went through something in life. Paul was just somebody called Christ spoke to him on the Damascus road and changed his whole mind, his whole outlook. He just wasn't there. But it tells me that Paul had been stoned so many times and left for dead. But he didn't stop. It tells me that he was shipwrecked. Stayed out in the sea for days. But he didn't stop. They tell me that he was falsely accused of many things, was arrested, beaten with whips and rods, but he didn't stop. The thing about Paul was determined. For what Christ did for him, he was determined to give God everything he could. Give him all in all. Since God saved you, what have you done to give back to him? Who have you witnessed to? Who have you went around? Who have you gave the clothes off your back? Who have you gave a meal when you were hungry? Who have you given to? What have you done since you've been saved? What have you done? Paul trying to bridge the gap with these people trying to get their mind to understand that the true God, they got an unknown God. That is the God that you should be serving. Bridging the gap. I was reading a story. I was reading a story about two brothers. Grew up, stayed next door to each other on a big farm. Said they fell out. One took his dozer and dug a ditch between the two to separate them. That as for years went by, they never spoke to each other. They look and see each other, turn their back on each other. All this time going on. And so all of a sudden one day, this caller came and knocked on the door. And the man came, one of the brother came to the door. He said, I'm looking for some wood. He said, I'm a carpenter. He said, I got my tools here. I said, if you got anything you want to do, I sure appreciate you giving me a little wood. The man looked and said, yeah, I got some work to do. I need a shed built out there. And I got all the material that I need. It's set out there. You see it? He said, yes, sir, I see it. He said, well, I got to go to town. He said, but get material, you can go to work. When the man made it back, he went out there and he looked out there. And what the young man had did, he had built him a bridge over the creek. There was a gap in between him and his brother. He built a bridge. While he was building the bridge, the other brother came out to see what he was doing. And when his brother came and saw, he saw his other brother standing in the middle of the bridge. And he walked up to him. He said, I thank God for the bridge, that we are able to come back again. They hugged and they lived happy. See, when God is the old Paul going to build a bridge, getting them back to where they need to be. Bridging the gap between man and God. Paul trying to bridge that gap with them. I'm trying to bridge the gap myself between you and God. I'm trying to see that you should leave no day not knowing that if something was to happen to you, that you have no problem. If this comes today, Lord, I thank you for this day here, because I know this is the day that I will be with you. But your word said, Paul said, to be absent from the body, or to be present with the Lord. But if I stay here, it's for you. But for me now, I would rather be with him. The thing about it, when you live that kind of life, you have done everything that God has required of you. If you don't think so, ask Hezekiah. Hezekiah will tell you that when he came and told me to get my house in order, that I'm finna die. He said, I just couldn't take that. He said, I turned and I turned my face to the wall and I talked to God. I said, Lord, everything I've done for you, I have upheld your standard. I set the temple back in place. I put the people back in place. When I heard about your law, he said, I put everything back in place. I did of you, God said, you sure have. He said, you sure have done that. He told the prophet, go back.
Go back.
Tell Hezekiah, said, I give it 15 more years to your life. Then you wonder why sometimes you see these old people sometimes live up to keep getting 90 and 100 years old. You wonder why they live so long. People that all their children, everybody died behind. What have that person done for God to bless them like that?
Yes, Lord.
What have they done? Think about your years short. What have you done for God to bless you? What have you done for God to show you favor?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to tell you about this unknown God that loves you, that sent his only son out on the cross, that he died for you, that you may have life, and have that life more abundantly. I'm trying to introduce you to this kind of God. This God that you can speak a word, and he hear, and he'll work according to your word. He said, God, you said that you would take care of me. And he said, if I said I'll take care of you, I will take care of you. Now, when he take care of you now, don't look for him that may not give you the abundance.
All right.
You ask for a home, God may give you a home. But you didn't ask for a mansion. Don't get mad when he don't give you no mansion, because you asked for a home. When you talk to him, you got to be precise. Be precise when you talk to him. You just can't go to God. God moves so quickly. He said that in his word in the throne room. He said the seraphim, they sit there ready to move. So they flying to and fro, waiting on him to give a word, and there they go. He said God is precise. He's so precise about the thing that he do. He said even if he move, every move he make got to be calculated. He just cannot move a finger. If he move a finger out of place, he said the seraphim, people be thrown against the wall because of the power that he represents. To be able to look into the throne room of God. That's something there. That's something to do there. But one day, we believe we don't have to worry about that. Because they might one day we're going to be able to see it all. We're going to see it all. But I'm trying to introduce you. I'm trying to bridge a gap between you and God. Tell you about a God, an awesome God that made the heaven and the earth. That caused the cloud to float without anybody holding them up. They said he slung the stars into the sky. And not one move. Everything is doing according to what God has commanded it to do. Yeah. He said even the ocean, your big bodies of water have a boundary around it. You ain't never heard of an ocean of flood You ain't never heard of an ocean brother that overstepped his boundary because God have a boundary. Not only what he said that you would have a boundary. That means that when we come to that time in life, that is as far as we can go. That we can go past our boundary. When we get to our boundary, that's it. That's as far as we can go. Time then is closing down on us. Time has ceased when we come to that boundary. That means that the shades of light have been closed, pulled down your eyes. And old people said when your tongue has been glued to the roof of your mouth, that you can't study war no more. The sword has been stuck into the sands of time. You can't worry about things no more. Think about it when you die. When you leave in Christ, the scripture says, you fall asleep.
That's right.
For one day, that trump gonna blow.
Yes.
And when that trump blow, I'm gonna hear. And I'm coming out of that grave. I'm coming out of that place. I'm going to be with him. My body and soul gonna meet in the air. It's gonna be a great reunion, a great gathering in the clouds. Amen. Isn't that all those people that didn't serve him still left him? All those people that died out of Christ are still in the grave. They didn't hear anything. Only somebody that will hear that is the believers.
Yes, Lord.
But I will think this word here was written for believers. It tells sinners just to repent. It tells us to tell the sinners about a God, how Jesus will save them. But that book there encouraged the believers to stay on the course.
That's right.
To stay with him, don't leave him. Instead of showing it out that the cows on 1,000 hill belongs to me, so don't worry about being broke.
That's right.
But he tell them that my body, they eat my body, my word. I sent my word and my word did what? It healed. That means you ain't got to worry about being sick no more.
Right now.
Because of that now. That's he telling you. He giving you every prescription there is for you in life. Every answer to the question that you got, the answer is right here. All you got to do is read it, study, stay in it. He said, meditate on his word day and night. He said, write it upon the tables of your heart. That won't depart from you. Because it won't depart from you, because the enemy will come. And when he comes, he ain't gonna come loosely now. He conniving, he already got a plan made. He gonna come because he know what is your greatest weakness that he is.
That's right.
He gonna attack that weakness that you have in your body. He gonna attack your mind. If you got a problem with women, he gonna send women to you. If you got a problem with money, he gonna let a lot of money before you. Whatever your lust is, that's where he coming. Think about it, that if he said your tongue. You find some people that's lying down, they say your tongue is like an untamed horse. It's hard to contain him. I don't care when you try to shut him up, he started talking. You start talking over here, you go there, you talking over there. But only the Spirit of God. Only the Spirit of God can contain you. Only the Spirit of God that can contain you. Only the Spirit of God that can keep you where you need to be kept. You get that word in you. Get the Spirit in you. Those are two good connections. Because the Word of God, the Spirit is going to lead you according to the Word of God He has in you. That when you step out of place, the Spirit is going to bring that scripture back to you. When God said, "Oh, do not steal," He said, "Oh, you better go for it." Because it will keep you. At nighttime, when you can't pray for yourself, when you're too bogged down in your mind, you can't pray yourself, the Spirit of God will pray for you.
Yes, it will.
When you get nighttime, you can't sleep. You wander, tossing to and fro. All you got to do is say, "Lord, help me."
Help me, Lord.
And I guarantee the Spirit will rock you to sleep. You don't know what time you went to sleep. And think about it, God will just keep you all night long, keep your mind in a perfect peace. Then you wake up in the morning, you finally say, "Lord, I thank you this morning that my bed was my cooling board. I thank you, Lord, that I woke up this morning with all my rightful limbs, that I'm able to move and have my being. I thank you, Lord, that you woke me up this morning with you on my mind. I thank you." I'm trying to tell you about an unknown God that is known, but is unknown God. The God that's still in the world doing it and everything, evidently, he must be an unknown God to them. But I'm telling you about a God that will save you. I'm telling you about a God that have sent people to bridge the gap to you over and over again. He said, "I sent my prophets. I sent all of them to you. All the preachers I sent to you. You didn't hear them. But yet you want signs. If you didn't hear the prophets, what good of sign gonna do you? What good of sign do you don't hear the prophets? He said, but I said them. You didn't. He told us that I said them. You didn't listen to none of them. But all y'all want to do is walk around here and try to act important. You're a great philosopher. You're able to talk over things. You're able to work out things. Everybody around the place. All of them, they got groups over here talk about different things. Groups over there talk about different things. Groups, everybody talk about everything except him. Paul's going to tell you something. He is the one. He is the only one. He said that he sits upon the atmosphere. He said that our earth we stay on is his footstool.
Yes.
That's how big he is.
Yes.
A temple can't contain him. Nothing you can make can contain him. The thing about it, because he's bigger than what we think he is.
Yes, God.
We look at the idea where we look out to the blue sky. Oh God, bigger than blue sky. He's bigger than that.
All right now.
He's bigger than that. And he's the controller of everything. Nothing happened that God is not aware of. It's like either you're aware of it or he's allowing it to happen. Things are happening in your life. Don't blame say there's a God said, I don't know the reason you're allowing it to happen, but I thank you for it.
Thank you.
I thank you for it. I pray God that y'all get a lesson out of this here because I sure want to go back through this again. So help me to understand what I'm going through.
All right.
Stop crying when everything is going on in your life. Well, I ain't got no money. I'll work to stack my money just like staying in my hand. Ask the question, why my money like staying in my hand? What are you not doing? Are you paying your tithes? Are you helping people? Are you giving? Are you trying to do people? If you're doing that, then God will take care of you. He'll give you. If you're a giver, if you're a true giver, the more you give, he said, the more I give to you. He will keep your bond, your food. But they didn't understand. They out there trying to figure out all the other things. They sit around there every day waiting for somebody to come along and talk about something new.
All right.
And he tells them about an unknown God. They can do all these things that the heaven and earth belongs to, that sits in the palm of his hand. That lady, you can't say, you got my beans. I can't move without him. I can't think. I can't do nothing without him. He's trying to tell them about this God. And sometimes, we have to pass sometimes just knock the dust of our shoes and keep walking. He said when Paul told them about this unknown God,
Yes, Lord.
how good he was and how powerful he was,
Yes, Lord.
it said some still didn't believe. He said, but they did have some that believed, and they followed him. But you had a lot of them that didn't believe, so they went there trying to find something else to talk about. You're going to have people coming to church. They're going to come to the church, they're going to look at you like they memorize at you. You talking. They look at you like out there, think about what they're going to do when they get back outside the church.
All right.
You got people coming, don't let it be Super Bowl. Oh, don't let it be Super Bowl now. They sitting here thinking about what they're going to cook, what time they're going to fire the drill up, and all the people going to make sure they got all the ingredients, everything else. Think about everything else. But the Word of God.
That's right.
But the Word of God.
Help us, Lord.
You probably got something inside you even right now. I'm trying to bridge a gap. You got something right now trying to figure out what they're going to do when they leave here.
All right.
Some trying to figure out what they're going to eat in. Because there's something in the ground one time hungry now. I got to figure what I'm going to eat. Think about everything but God. But God.
Thank God.
But God. The Savior, the Creator of all. They don't want to know about Him. Not concerned about Him, but one day. One day it'll be now. But one day. It's going to come when you have to bow before Him. One day. Now, get you to understand here now. Now, when you bow before Him, now I look at the idea that me, I'm being a saint. I'm a saint.
Praise God.
I'm going to help judge this world one day.
All right now.
People say, well, I can't do nothing. Well, you can't judge nobody. I'm not judging nobody. But the thing about it, if I tell you the Word of God said, when the Word of God said, the Word of God is judging you.
All right now.
The Bible says that the way I judge, the way I'm going to be judged. So if I judge you according to the Word of God, I'm going to be judged by the Word of God. So I got to judge you according to the Word of God. I can't tell you where you're going because I don't know where you're going. But I can tell you that if you ain't living right, you're doing all these things, you're ready to take a man where you're going, I can tell you that it's in hell is your found. I can tell you that. If they're judging you, then so be it. The Word judge you. I didn't judge you. I'm trying to tell you how to get to your mansion. Security, they believe that you can have self-righteousness. You can earn self-righteousness. I don't care how good you live. I don't care how good you be out here. You can't obtain righteousness. Only the unknown God we talk about today can call you righteous. When he calls you righteous, you righteous.
All right
But we work toward righteousness. We work toward perfection. You find people use everything that's well, nobody's perfect. Ain't but one man ever been perfect, Jesus Christ, but the Bible tells me what? Be ye as perfect, even my Father in heaven is perfect. So when they're telling me that I can be what? Be perfect. But how can I be perfect? And I'm living in a world of sinners, I'm living in a world full of sin. That's all the time I keep starting. But when he talk about perfection, he talk about maturity. Maturity in his word. That once I learn this word, the more I learn of this word, the more I'll learn to please him. The more I will turn my back on the word. Because we just didn't turn quickly. A lot of things we had to turn slowly. As we learn the word, we start putting those things that God don't like behind us. And we put behind us, and I find myself looking at the mark. And that's when I follow the mark of the high calling. Because I realize this word here has given me instruction on how to live. It's given me a roadmap how to make it to where I'm coming from, trying to get to. This is my roadmap. This is my instruction. That's what it said. Basic instruction before leaving what? Come on now. Read that Bible. Study that Bible. Live that Bible. I guarantee you that you will walk in peace. That I don't care what's going on around you. You lay down at night time and have a problem going to sleep. Bombs when you go out there you sleep. You don't have to worry about nothing because think about that God. That God that some call him Yahweh. That God that some call him Jehovah. That God that we're talking about. Some call him Jehovah Jireh. Some call him Jehovah Nisi. Some call him Jehovah Rapha. That God I'm talking about. That's the God I'm talking about to serve. That's the God that knows it all and has it all. That's the God that can save your life. That's the God that can keep you. That God get hold to you, he'll put you in a secret place.
All right now.
He put you in that secret place. And in that secret place, can't nothing happen to you. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Lord, it say in that secret place that the foul won't come near. Huh? That they say that even the snares can't come near your dwelling place. He said, I will take care of this storm on the outside. You will never know it's storm because I got you under my covering. Get up under the covering of the Almighty God. I guarantee that he will keep you. And he will keep your mind in perfect peace. Stay with that God. Paul was trying to bridge the gap between these philosophers in Athens and this true God that they call unknown. And then when he said that I'm proclaiming to you this unknown God, told them who this God was. And a lot of them believe, because a lot of them started looking at the idea that this God we don't see, so we can't make a statue to him. We don't know how he look. But we know there's a God, but we done made a moon over here, we made a sun, we got a golden calf over here, we got a bull over here, we got all these things of the world. We got winners here, we got statues of men over here, we got all this, but we don't know how this unknown God look. But I realize what he's saying now. The way he said this thing, somebody had to do it. I know that he didn't do it. I know that she didn't do it. I know they didn't do it. Somebody had to do it. So he said this unknown God.
Unknown God.
Yes, Lord. It's a Lord. That's a creator of all things. This unknown God that we're talking about. This unknown God we call our Father.
Our Father.
Call our Father.
Yes, sir.
The great God that sits upon the foundation of this world. This God that we're talking about, he's the one that we should be serving. He's the one that we should be worshiping. That he sent his son because of the love and the compassion that he had for us. Because we had fallen into a world of sin. Hell was our final destination. But because of his love and compassion for us, that he sent, how many of you always sing your own song? To give his life. But he did. Sent his son to give his life. To go through the pain. I know a lot of y'all want to see the Passion of Christ. Some of y'all don't want to go because you couldn't stand. Some of you went there and cried all while you were sitting there. They tell you some people sitting there and looking at it, and some people had a heart attack sitting there and looking. They didn't realize. Some people said, I didn't realize that he went through all that. And the thing about it, you gotta realize one thing, it was worse than that.
Yes. Yes.
It was worse than that, but he took all that. He could have easily said a word. And God would have sent a legion of angels down to get him, protect him.
Yes,
But he said not a word. Why?
Not a word.
Because he had a mission. His father had put him on a mission to bridge the gap between him and man. And he fulfilled that mission. That's why when he on the cross, when he said, it is finished,
It is finished.
Father, the gap has been finished. I have bridged the gap. I've done what you asked of me. Now into your hand, I commend my spirit. I've done the work that you sent me to do. But one thing about it, even though he may have finished this task, but he's still sitting on our behalf as an advocate for us. Still talking to the Father for us. I know him, Lord. Father, I know him. He's a good person, Father. Bless him. Send him bless him, Lord. Bless him. Send him favor. He's still counting on our behalf.
Yes, Lord.
Even when you're in your sin.
Yes,
Lord, give him another chance.
Thank you, Lord.
Give him another chance. He didn't be like the gardener. When he came and started up, you weren't producing no fruit. When you weren't doing nothing, he wasn't like the gardener, so cut it down. He ain't doing nothing. Take no space, cut it down. I don't think Jesus, but Lord, give him another chance.
Yes, Lord.
Let me take time with him. Let me send something. Let me do something, Lord. Let me send somebody to talk to him. At the same time, I'm going to send my spirit, go to perk it at his heart, go to nip it at him. That one day I get it, and before you know it, he'll blossom. That's what God don't give on us. So why are we giving up on him? God has forgotten us. Why are we forgetting him? He's the God of all. He come to save all. He loved you. He said he prayed that no man will suffer, that all will come into repentance. That's why I told people this morning, I said, tell you something. I repent every day.
Amen.
You repent every day? Yes, I repent every day. I said, if you say your prayer, it said in your prayer, don't it?
Yes.
Repent every day.
Every day.
Not that I think that I have sinned, because I don't know.
That's right.
Because there are some sin that I'm not aware of,
Yes, Lord.
that I might sin. I may have been talking to somebody, may have said something, not knowing it, that may have offended me.
All right now.
And they walk right here mad at me. That happened to me. That happened to me. I was talking to a young man, we were talking some stuff, and I told him some stuff. I said, well, we do this here. He got mad about it. He walked around for 3 months mad at me. I didn't know. I'm speaking to him and laughing and talking with him, getting ready. He mad at me. Till he came to himself, he said, look, I want to talk to you. I said, okay. He said, I just want to apologize to you. He said, that's for what? He said that we was talking, we had this conversation. I said, no, you misunderstood what I said. I said, I didn't say that. He said, but I haven't. He said, they kept bothering me. That's why we got to repent. I repent daily of things that I don't know I have done.
Yes, Lord.
I'm doing it because I don't want nothing
Nothing.
to hold me back from going in. I don't want nothing to close my ears that when that trump blows that I don't hear. I don't want to. That's why I repent daily. I may repent throughout the day. Every time the Spirit leads me to repent, I'm repenting. Lord, forgive me. Forgive me, Father. I don't know what I'm repenting for, but Lord, forgive me for what I might have done. We got to protect our soul salvation. The scripture said, work out your own soul salvation. I got to protect my mind. I got to protect my mind. I got to keep my mind protected because the enemy coming. I know he's going to try to get at my mind, but I got to protect my mind. How can I protect my mind? Through the Word of God.
All right.
Through the Word of God.
Amen.
Through the Word of God. Who out here still don't know the unknown God? Who out here that he's still an unknown God to you? He should be. You done heard enough. I know if you remember the church here. You done heard enough preaching from Pastor Bowman to know that he is a God. I'm quite sure he'd have called his name at one point or another.
All right now.
Who is what this God's name is. Everybody got a different name for him. If you go in to talk to your Jew, they're going to say his name what? Yahshua. Same thing, God. God got so many names. That's why when he sent the children, sent Moses to Egypt, and then he said, well, who shall I send? Tell him, he said, well, tell him, I am.
I
I am sent me. Because I am whatever you need me to be. That's what I am. Whatever needs you need me to help you with, that's what I am. In other words, I am going to help you. And whatever problem you got going on with you, I am willing to save you if you want to be saved. I am willing to heal you if you want to be. I am.
I am.
It's time. It's time for people. We can look around our world right today now and see how many things are going on. Do we realize that we look outside? It's a lot of them out there still looking at him as being an unknown God. If they didn't look at him as being an unknown God, do you think that they could walk around doing the things they're doing? Man, walk in a schoolhouse.
Yes.
Ask these students, you a Christian?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm a Christian. Well, you will see your God soon enough. Bam! Killing people because they don't want to denounce who they are. Time gonna come. That's why I'm telling you now to get on a solid foundation that you're willing to stand boldly up on that because time gonna come when you're gonna be questioned about who you are. Same thing happened with the colorblind, with them young kids. But that girl, she didn't back down. She stood her ground and said, yes, I am.
Yes, sir.
I am a Christian. I am a follower of Jesus Christ. She lost her, they shot her, and they perceived her that she lost her life. But she only fell asleep. She only fell asleep. So don't look at death. When you become a saint, when you become a believer, you don't look at death as the world look at death.
That's right.
Death to them is fine. Death to us
It's the beginning.
is the beginning of life. Death takes us out of time and put us over into eternity. That's what death does for believers. Now, it do the same thing for sinners, but different results. They go into a lake of fire for eternity. And there's some people say, well, you're going to burn out. It never burns out. It says in the quick kick warning, never stop eating at your flesh. One writer even said, it's not scripture now, but one writer said that it's going to be that they can be able to look up and see heaven and see all the pain they're going through and all the fun, all the worship and praise that's going on up there. And some people related back to when he said there was a certain rich man, Elijah, that when Elijah was in the bosom of Abraham, this rich man was in hell, that he looked up. They looked and looked into hell and saw Elijah. You see what I'm saying? But the thing what got me is that he said that he had his five senses while he was there.
Yes, sir.
He was able to feel, see, smell, touch, and remember while he was there. Although he was being tormented, but he still had on the way he said, it's good. And now if you can let him touch, tip of the water, the tip that's touched my tongue, that other one in the water, hell. Number 5, we know where he is, water soon will evaporate. Think about it that he was going through something. Yes. And he realized that I got brothers back at home with my father.
Yes, sir.
Well, get him go tell them not to come here.
All right, now.
Why? Because I realized they have seen me. They have seen the way I live and how I did things and how I treated people. They live in that same life. If they come here, I'm already going through something. They gonna come here and torment me themselves.
All right, now.
For leading them the wrong way.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's why you find pastors and priests and teachers, those of the fivefold ministry, they got to tell you the truth.
All right, now.
Because if they don't tell you the truth, they held accountable for that word. And their blood, your blood would be up on their hand if they mislead you. That's why they tell you according to the scripture, because they don't tell you, no, they said, but it's in the word.
It's in the word.
It's in the word. They tell you the word. Follow that word, obey that word. He ain't like some people said, don't do as I do, do as I say. If you can't do what you say, how in the way you want me to do what you say? But follow the word. Follow the word. We all should be builders in here this morning.
Yes, sir.
We all should be here bridging the gap between this sinful world in God. Tell them about a God that loves. Tell them about a God that cares.
All right.
Do we believe that?
Amen.
Can we bridge the gap?
Yes, Lord.
Are we going to bridge the gap today? When we leave here and find somebody rub on that know him, are we going to tell them about him?
Yes, Lord.
They may not want to hear, but we got to do it. Because we have been commissioned to go out the highways and byways, compelling them to come to the house of the Lord. Tell them, come on. Hear a word. Let me tell you about a God that can do everything but fail. Let me tell you about a God that can save. Let me tell you about a God that is cows on 1,000 hills belongs to him. Let me tell you about a God that everything you see he made that belongs to him. Let me tell you about this God. We're commissioned as believers to bridge the gap. To bridge the gap between man and God.
Yes, Lord.
And we got it. And everybody believe that.
Yes, Lord.
Amen.
And we believe it. Say, hallelujah! Hallelujah! The doors of the church is open.
Amen.
I can't tell you no more about bridging the gap. But I tell you about it, you find that man